Hi, my name is Wendy Hart. I'm from Hamburg. I'm a paralegal, uh, freelance paralegal. I work for myself, worked for lawyers for 20 years, but I guess I'm kind of here to represent the other side of the healthcare patient since I've been in pain and had lots of problems for most of my life. Starting with abdominal pain and endometriosis 20 years ago, proceeded to IBS slash Crohn's slash IBD. It was never confirmed 100% with a biopsy, so I just kind of gave up on the gastrointestinal route of treatment 10 years ago. Depression, uh, anxiety. Then 5 years ago, I had lymphoma, which took 6 months to diagnose. First popped up with strange. I also have brain fog. That's one of the neurological conditions after my treatment with chemo. I had Hodgkin's lymphoma. I had 6 months of chemo, which was thankfully was successful. I was fine after 6 months. So I decided to take a couple months off after working two part-time jobs as a freelance paralegal and notary and miscellaneous other things. I was working part-time from my home during the chemo. It sucked, but I got through it. And then I decided to take a couple months off just to get my house back in order. I have what are 9-year-old twins now, a boy and a girl, and they are they are chaos. It's beyond belief. So I tried to take a couple months off to get my house back in order and get my finances back in order. I'm married. My husband's a teacher in West Seneca School District. He's the chairman of the science department, new this year. So taking a couple months off instead of bouncing back from chemo, which most people, well, you know, the lucky ones can bounce back from chemo and go and, get healthy within 6 months or whatever and get their lives back within a year. I just went downhill. I started with constant, overwhelming fatigue that's just like nothing you could ever, I can't even express how horrible and debilitating it. Aside from the fatigue, I had pain all over my body, which was, chemo was really bad. It was really, really bad, but this is worse. It's been worse. It's been 4 years of pain, fatigue, bowel problems. I've seen every specialist. I've seen cardiologists, rheumatologists, the nerves tested, neurologists, EKGs. Went back to gastroenterologist. Being frustrated years ago, actually was desperate enough to go back and get all those horrible tests that gastroenterologists give you. Bottom line, I'm still diagnosed with fibromyalgia. There's nothing that, well, there's a few things that help, but they're not without side effects. Many side effects. So here's a picture. Just instead of throwing my pills in the recycling bin for the past few years, I just threw them into a corner of my room. So I don't know if you can see this, but this is probably, I would say about 150 pill bottles that have been prescribed to me the past 2 years. Another kind of a close-up one. See, there is Oxy, there's hydrocodone, there's I've been every pain pill that a pain medicine doctor, and I've had to go to specialists. My primary care physician is fabulous. She tries every possible test, everything, but she can't prescribe pain medication. She sent me to the specialist. So I've been to several different specialists. They throw every medication at me. Oxy puts me to sleep, gives me wicked um, headache, more depression following day. Um, I mean, every pain medication has just, it's horrible. The side effects are usually not worth. I wasn't really prepared that coming here today, since I don't get up until noon. I never know if I'm going to be able to get out of bed and like travel or anything. So I just printed a few things that here's the Facebook comment. This is what I wrote in June of 2014. This was after a specialist, my pain medicine specialist. So here, after my pain specialist appointment this morning, I was crying by the time I got to the parking lot. Not that she wouldn't give me the pain meds, but that she can't really prescribe anything I haven't tried that doesn't have one kind of side effect or another that I'm not willing to live with. She's willing to help me, but nothing she can give me helps. I've still got to go through with more pain, more fatigue than I can handle, and I was frustrated, tired, and sore. Half an hour and a wee bit of self-medication later, my mood is better, my aching legs are better, my screaming, painful back is better, my exhaustion's better, my irritable bowel and intestines have stopped their whining and screaming at me. So why the hell is it that this kind of medication is not a legal option for me? Does that make any sense? Just a one single toke of the right strain with the CBDs in it, the high CBD to low THC content. One single toke is the difference many days of whether my kids see me out of bed and out of my room at all, or is equally, if not more important, whether my husband and I are going to go out and have enough fun to keep our marriage intact, or just that I can stop bitching at him for a little while at least. With a toke, I'm the most awesome, witty, fun, cool, loving person you ever want to meet. Without weed, I'm up and miserable, tired, and shit. Actually, I'm pretty successful. I'm lucky that I've so far been successful walking the line with testing required for pain medicine doctors, because obviously with the newish laws in New York State, I have a urinalysis every 30 days. So I'm very limited in the amount, which is like once a month, that will allow me to treat, allow me to get pain medication from my doctor. But what option do I have? I have kids, Okay, just one other thing. Another thing that I had on Facebook a while ago that I just printed up really quick this morning. Let's stop the pot hypocrisy. 3 presidents have admitted smoking weed. People in public office all throughout the Senate have admitted smoking marijuana recreational. How much of a hypocrite do you have to be to have broken American laws and used recreational marijuana, and yet say that I'm not going to support proposals for the same substance as a medicine for severely sick people? So about 22 U.S. veterans kill themselves every day because of PTSD. PTSD is a lingering and real darkness that follows brave men and women that have given up living their own lives and put them on hold to live as countless kids and spouses and mothers and fathers await their return. If and when the vets come home, most are faced with the darkness the rest of their lives that is just what most people can't even imagine. PTSD is a real thing. It's obviously a real thing. And everyone knows about it, and everybody knows that this medication can help PTSD. Obviously, it helps mood. It helps mood, and that's why it got off the ground recreationally so many years ago. Anyway, so if and when the vets come home, most face that darkness the rest of their lives. One ancient plant, one naturally grown weed, which is a weed, could be the difference of night and day to their future. Ironically, the plant that was freely and often smoked to get these armed forces through their horrors they faced in Vietnam and truly countless other wars, they can't now legally have in New York to get through the horrors of struggling through their nightmares of everyday life, trying to live in this city. So the horrors of struggling through nightmares while fighting for this country, they have a ripple effect through so many lives each and every day. The symptoms of PTSD, of anger and irritability, are minimally of some of the symptoms. Medical marijuana addresses those symptoms by allowing your brain to focus on more healthy, normal patterns of behavior instead of spiraling worse and worse out of control into just chaos and darkness. And, you know. So I would also ask the Buffalo Common Council to consider some support the Buffalo Marijuana Act and reconsider any and all options to get this medication to Western New York and make many people